Hi everybody, welcome back to the Why Kim YouTube channel. Please subscribe, ring the bell and comment down below, especially about this tricky subject of democracy. Leading on from the previous episode on democracy, we're going to now explore deeper, explore further, excavate into how our leaders in a democratic system become corrupt, become tyrannical. There is so much liberty at stake as the fundamental principle in the democratic system. All the democratic people care about is liberty. It is above anything else that's important for the democratic spirited person. As in the oligarchy, all that they care about is money, is wealth, and that became problematic, as we saw in our last episode. Now, instead of this wealth being the fundamental principle and the only central concern, it is now liberty. Liberty, freedom is the central concern. And that's all they care about, the democratic people. Because of this, a tension arises. The tension arises with the leaders. The leaders are always worried about subjugating the democratic body, the democratic people, too much. So there's this tension that is always there in the democratic system. The leaders, who, some would argue, in the democratic system, are not fit to even be leaders. They're not trained properly to run the city, the state. So that's just one problem that exists. So you've already got these unqualified leaders who become paranoid about getting this balance right, this subjugation versus liberty. How much liberty do you give them? The people are never happy. The people are never happy. Because liberty is the chief central concern. You can never give them too much. They're always suspicious of the leaders, that the leaders are subjugating them. The leaders are making them do things that they don't want to do against their will. This goes against the fundamental principle of liberty. So the leaders become secretive. The leaders start making deals with other classes in the democratic system, the other classes that have the money. They try to just make everyone happy. They try to make things right the best they can with their limited education. And in doing so, then become corrupt and can become tyrannical. You have another class of people in the democratic system. The working class, the poor. This is the largest class, the most powerful class in the democratic system. It doesn't take long for them, if they wanted to, if they were organized enough to rally together, to take out these leaders. And they do sometimes. This class of people in the democratic system have leaders for themselves that represent them. They gather all the money from the poor class in representing them, and they themselves can become corrupt. So the main thing I want to put across in this worry and critique of democracy is, what do you think about this fundamental principle of liberty? Is it the only thing we should care about? Because, as the critique runs from ancient Greece, if all we care about is liberty, there are other things that fall to the wayside. in our communities, in our states and in our cities, if this largest class and potentially most powerful class of people, the working class and the poor, if they're not interested in politics, they don't care about politics at all, and they just have these representatives that speak for them, and they themselves are corrupt, this can become problematic. The political leaders themselves, as we've just stated, are always worried, are always looking over their shoulder, because they don't want to be seen by the democratic people to be subjugating them. They don't want to be seen by the democratic people to be making them do things they don't want to be. So they're always having to give and take and cut secret deals and end up corrupt themselves. Wycombe viewers, tell me what you think about liberty and the problems it might have. And tell me what you think about these leaders, the representatives of the working class and the political leaders themselves, that are trying to do the best they can, but end up corrupt